Hello YouTube, this is Gareth here, one of the moderators from Multitool Forum. That's multitool.org. Check it out for some excellent reviews and also visit the forum pages for some great chit chat amongst fellow multi-tool enthusiasts. So what I'm looking at here today is the Gerber Recoil, one of the more bizarre multi-tools that have ever been produced by any multi-tool maker, but certainly by Gerber. Gerber haven't got a reputation for being innovative and coming out with some unusual designs, but this is probably one of the more unusual ones. Sadly now discontinued. The Recoil was, like I say, an interesting design. The most notable feature here is that it has a safety button. Obviously I've got it set here to safe now, but we need to toggle this around to ready. And when we press it to ready and press the gold button, oh dear, here it comes. It fires open into a set of pliers. Heavily sprung loaded, which is quite a nice feel, I have to say. They're a solid set of pliers, fairly robust. Comes down to a reasonable tip. Let's see if we can just get that into focus there for you. Yeah, there we go, into a reasonable tip with a very slight angle in it. Now I don't know if that's deliberate or not, or if that's just a bit of bad grinding, but it certainly can be used to get a nice fine pinch on something very small, which is I found on occasion to be a very useful feature. And to put this away, we hold the handles together, press the button again, oh, so safe, there we are, back to ready, press the button down, and then click these back in. Not, I have to say, the easiest things to turn. The springs in these, as you saw from the firing, are pretty powerful. So again, we're in ready. We can let that go, out come the plier heads, and it locks in place. Now, if you were just to use your fingertip like this, it's actually really, the amount of pressure you need is actually really pretty strong to put these away. So what I normally do is I pinch either side of the jaw and actually keep my fingers off the very tip here. So again, press the button down, and then it can slide back in with a click, and we're there. Excellent. Now it doesn't just come with pliers, or else it wouldn't be a multi-tool, it'd just be a pair of pliers. So we also have a Warncliffe style blade here. You can hopefully just see in this, not massively even on the grind, I have to say, a bit of an oopsie from Gerber there in my opinion, but it's sharp enough, takes a decent edge, and as a knife functions quite well. One of the problems with this multi-tool is because the springs used to store the head are the same springs that keep the blades in place, they're actually quite a stiff thing to get it. Not bad, I can still open it with one hand, who's complaining, but a fast deployment it isn't. So something to keep in mind there, that they're not the easiest thing, and especially if you're like me and you're left-handed and you try and open things with your middle finger here, it gets pretty tough and all but impossible. So tend to use two hands for this one myself, but like I say, and as you saw, I can do it with my one hand if I'm doing it right-handed. So we have a blade, perfectly reasonable blade, nothing big to report on it. On the other side we have a combination tool here, which is a screwdriver tip, a can opener, and wire stripper. Decent enough and fairly well defined screwdriver tips. This is always one of the indicators between a reasonable quality and good quality tool and a poorly made tool is how well defined the edges of screwdrivers are. The can opener, I've used it once, it's not brilliant, but if you have it you certainly wouldn't starve. So screwdriver works well, can opener is okay, nothing brilliant, but like I say, you'll get into food. We have these nice little black button releases to pull down and put the tool away. Now what you'll see with the Gerber is you've got two tools stacked side by side, and this is where we get into a real problem in my opinion. It's getting the front tools, which are that combination one we've looked at, and the blade is fine. Nice couple of thumb holes and nail necks just there, easy enough to get to. Getting to the reverse side becomes far more tricky. Either you lift this one out the way so you can get at this, or you spend a good bit of time digging away at a little thumbnail to get into it. Works, but not easy access. As any fan of Gerber will know, they are owned by a company called Fiskars. Fiskars being a Finnish company very well known for their scissors and gardening implements, but it does mean that almost every Gerber I've ever come across has an excellent set of scissors in it. Like I say, Fiskars being their owners, Fiskars being known for making their scissors, they'd be embarrassed, I suspect, to put anything low quality on it. So these scissors, short, yes, but very robust and with good cutting potential. If I have a criticism over any Gerber scissors, they tend not to have a very fine tip, so getting in really tight spaces can be slightly problematic. But they're strong, robust, and they'll certainly cut through almost any material you can throw at them. Perfectly reasonable, with a little spring return here, will nip away at whatever you like. Again, pull back in the lock release, and we can store the scissors away. Okay, last but not least perhaps is this little tool, which is hidden away in the back. This is another combination style tool. We have a cord strap cutter. I have to say, I don't think I've ever tried this. It's certainly sharp enough. It's sharp enough to cut stuff, but practical applications, I'm not quite so convinced. Why not use the knife? But we also have a bottle opener, which works very well, and a Phillips screwdriver. Now this is a style that is often criticised from Gerber, which is if a semi-two-dimensional, semi-three-dimensional style here. You can see it's obviously quite a flat piece across here, and quite wide across here, and only very slightly raised flanges on the side of the Phillips. However, I've used these Phillips screwdrivers quite a lot. I'm a building maintenance engineer. I use screwdrivers in my multi-tools pretty much every single day of my working life, and I found the Gerber 2D driver to be pretty effective. If it can't handle it, then yeah, okay, you might need to go and get a proper dedicated screwdriver. But most of the time, for a quick job, tightening something up, loosening something off, making a bit of adjustment, this Gerber 2D driver works pretty well in my opinion, and is not that dissimilar to the bit drivers you get with Leatherman multi-tools. Very much the same kind of size, very much the same kind of shape. So there we have the Gerber Recoil. Like I say, mostly made. Oh, left it on ready there. Could have fired at any time. Mostly notable for its spring-loaded pliers. I'll just do it one more time because it's fun, frankly. Shoots at the pliers and ready to use. Like I say, a nice heavy spring action. Decent enough cutters on these, just to go back to that for a second. Cut through strand wire and core wire pretty well, but lacks the hard wire notch some people seem to think are necessary in multi-tools. Frankly, I don't tend to cut hard wire with my multi-tools particularly much. I don't feel the steel's normally up for it, and why wreck a good pair of multi-tools pliers? It's just not necessary. Most of the time I would go and get a dedicated tool. Multi-tools are there, in my opinion, just to take care of the quick and easy jobs, and it saved me a lot of footwork for that very reason. So like I say, good enough pair of pliers, good enough pair of cutters as well. What we have is a semi-needle nose design, which you'll find on almost every multi-tool out there, with some few notable exceptions. So, again, when I say to put them away, click the button in, pinch out the side, and there we go. Break the hold that has, and click it in. There we are. And always put it back to safe before you put it in your pouch or in your pocket. Okay, thanks very much for watching and listening, and like I say, if you want to know anything more about multi-tools, it's always worth coming to visit the multi-tool forum, which is at multitool.org, and click on the forum link for lots and lots of chat. I've been Gareth, and hopefully you'll hear from me again soon. Take care, bye bye.